verdict's already in.
The verdict is in, Frank.
We'll see you in the playoffs.
Giant ass scores. All right, Chicago, it's great to be here at Wrigley Stadium. You guys ready to do this? Fans.
Stern tweets in.
This is fun. We're having fun.
Where are the Turtles? Where are they?
But I am telling you right now, that back there is not real.
Aggressive goes around.
Only winners eat peaches, Corey.
Chase Elliott is going to be scored the winner.
Have you seen this man?
Oh, it's the Maniac!
Whoa, man, you talking about that NASCAR, man? I've been trying for 5 years, man, to get on that dang old pace car, man. You gonna get me on there, down on there? It's Bristol, baby!
I'm NASCAR driver Brad Keselowski, and we can't wait to see you
at Michigan International Speedway.
Hope you enjoy the race.
Unbelievable!
Hey! Is this heaven? No. It's Iowa.
Hey, sports fans. Shooter McGavin here with a big shout out from NASCAR to Miles the Monster on being included in the 24 schedule. This is huge news. Shooter out. Shooter.
You're driving me to Phoenix.
And those cars are going real fast and real left, son. They're going fast and left.
And you wagered Texas with a dollar sign in front of it.
It's funny because it's bigger than a normal hat.
That was old school ass whipping.
You've got 20.
Hit me.
Kyle Busch and Joey Logano.
Peter.
Hit me.
Are in a fist fight.
Hit me.
Pocono. They can boo my rock out here in a few years.
And I heard a screeching, something between a screech and a whistle. I said, what in the world is this?
Let's go racing, you bunch of hot dogs!
For me, I really like corn.
What do you like about corn?
It's corn. A big corn with no big heads to choose. I can run a more beautiful thing. It's corn.
Where I come from, you get poked in the nose for that.
Oh. Lightning McQueen! No.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'll see you next year.
we got him.
Girl dinner, girl dinner, girl dinner, oh, girl dinner.
How's it going, everybody? C-RadTV back here in our video. So, of course, the 2023 schedules for Cup, Xfinity, and Trucks have officially come out. So, we're going to go through all three schedules and go over all the notable changes on the schedule. I'll give my thoughts on all three. There are some positives on here and a lot of negatives. So, we'll go through it each by little. And I'll give you my honest thoughts on it. So, let's start off. So, the first 5 races of the season, we have, of course, the Daytona 500, which is on President's Day weekend, which that's tradition. That's tradition about a week after the Super Bowl. So, yeah, tradition again. So, of course, that's good. Race 2, though, is very puzzling. Atlanta, with the Super Speedway configuration. So, we have 2 Super Speedway crapshoot shit shows to open the season. One of them, of course, being the biggest race of the season, so understandable. But really, Atlanta? What in the literal fuck? And then after Atlanta, it's the West Coast swing with Vegas and Phoenix only, because Fontana's off the schedule because of that stupid fucking reconfiguring into a short track configuration. It's like, why the fuck are they actually going through with the reconfiguration? That track wasn't the problem. Fucking NASCAR and their inconsistent bullshit. And of course, race 5 is of course Bristol, which is no longer a dirt race. It's now on concrete, which will be on St. Patrick's Day on Sunday. Well, so everyone at that track will be drunk off their ass. That is, if anybody even bothers to show up. So yeah, everyone wanted Bristol concrete, and they were like, they all said they wanted it May or June. You wanted May or June? Too bad. NASCAR says, too bad. You're getting it in March on St. Patrick's Day. What's the one lesson we can take from this? Be careful what you wish for, folks. It may come back to bite you in the ass. And with Bristol, you got what you wanted, but it cost you everything. All I say is for Bristol, if y'all truly dedicated and want this race back, then you better show up in the fucking stands. Because if you're not going to show up and give a shit about this race, then what was the fucking point of bringing Bristol concrete back? And don't say, man, tradition. That crap ain't going to fly here. But to be perfectly honest, though, in all honesty, I do think that this race, I think it's just a placeholder until Nashville Fairgrounds is ready to go and once it's renovated. And once they get all those Karens in Nashville to fuck right off. Because to be honest, I think Bristol should honestly go down to one date. I honestly think we should take Bristol Spring Day to give it the Nashville Fairgrounds. And we only go to Bristol once a year for the night race. Because they have issues with the spring race with attendance issues, but there's no issues with attendance in the night race. Plus, let's be honest, Bristol always markets the night race far better than the spring race. They put next to no effort in the spring race. Usually Bristol throws all their fucking eggs in the goddamn night race basket. But yeah, Atlanta being the second race of the season, that was a terrible fucking choice. To be perfectly honest, Sonoma should be the second race of the season to be part of the West Coast swing. Sonoma makes sense to go in the West Coast swing, but I guess for NASCAR, it made sense, so they're not gonna do that. Because we gotta go with the options that make zero fucking sense. Because common sense is a goddamn felony in this community now. Because Sonoma is so much prettier and beautiful in February than it is in June, because in June it looks like a fucking desert with the dead grass, while in February the grass is fucking green and beautiful. Sometimes I don't get NASCAR. And of course for Richmond, both Richmond races are now night races. And of course, one of those night races will take place on Easter Sunday. So Richmond is now the new Easter race, which is actually somewhat tradition. Because Richmond used to run on Easter back when they ran on Easter back in the day. And I know a lot of people are going to complain about NASCAR still running on Easter. All I say is, why should NASCAR not run on Easter? Why not NASCAR? I mean, NHL competes on Easter, NBA as well. And same deal with baseball, so why not NASCAR? 3 other sports leagues do it, why not NASCAR? Unless you can give me a fucking legit excuse, do not waste my time. Unless you can give me a legit reason why NASCAR should not race on Easter, I don't want to hear any fucking excuses down in the comments. So yeah, anyway though, other notable changes, well, the good news is, Texas is no longer in the chase. The bad news, Texas is now in April, on the weekend of my birthday. Oh dear fucking God. You're really gonna subject me to this shit pile of a track on my fucking birthday? Fuck me. And now I'm gonna have to do a fucking recap after skipping it the last 3 years. Fuck my life. But yeah, Texas in April. And I also saw a lot of fans are trying to trust Texas and SMI in the reconfiguration of track. It's like, why the fuck are you trusting SMI to reconfigure Texas again? Did you literally learn fucking nothing the last 5 times they reconfigured a track? And the last 2 times they fucked up Bristol with their reconfigurations. 3 times if you count the dirt race. And when they reconfigured Atlanta. And Kentucky. But by God, this fan base learns fucking nothing. Good Lord. They learn nothing as much as NASCAR learns fucking nothing from their idiocy. Hence is why NASCAR once again, And I'm saying this like a broken record. This is another reason why NASCAR has the dumbest fucking fan base in pro sports, period. It's like, SMI didn't get it right the first 5 times. What makes you think they're going to get it right on a 6th attempt? You're really going to trust them to reconfigure this track for a 6th time? Yeah, because this is like, what, the 6th reconfiguration this track is going to go through after this race? If it had to go through that many just to come even close to watchable, then it wasn't a fucking good track to begin with. Let's be real on that right away. And let's be real, if for everyone that says go back to the old Texas, they're not going to bring it back to old Texas Motor Speedway. Plus, the old Texas Motor Speedway configuration we had until 2016, that wasn't even good racing, to be honest. That was mediocre. That racing was, at best, mediocre. But a lot of fans overrate those races because great finishes. Because people only remember races for finishes, not the actual race themselves. So let's get that one clear right off the bat, too. But if they're going to reconfigure it, it's more likely going to be another super speedway, which is just going to cause another fucking headache, and it's just going to be another fucking shit mess in Texas. Like, honestly, NASCAR should just fucking scrap this track off the schedule entirely. And just bulldoze this bitch into a Texas-sized Walmart. Like, I still fucking hate this track. It's a fucking mess. I'm not trusting SMI on the next reconfiguration. Because I already know they're gonna fuck it up a 6th time. I guarantee it. Anyway, with that rant now out of the way, other notable changes, the Nashville race is now a day race. Really? A day race again? No longer a night race? Seriously, NASCAR. Did you literally learn nothing from 2021? With how much of a disaster that was to have it in the middle of the summer and daytime. Especially when they still have that stupid fucking cooler ban. Are you fucking kidding me? Good fucking God. I liked it better when it was a night race. It solved a lot of problems. And especially with how bad of concessions was in 2021, it's probably going to be a mess again this year. Good God. Other notable changes, of course, Iowa being the only new track on the schedule, which that's a positive right there. I'll talk about some positives too. Iowa on the schedule, like to see that, another short track. That, let's be honest, Iowa has been long overdue for a cup date. Long overdue. But let's be honest here, Iowa originally wasn't supposed to be on the schedule. It was a Plan B option. Because Plan A originally was Montreal. Montreal was supposed to go here. But there was some problems with the deal and the contract and all that, logistics and shit, and probably politics ruining everything again. And the deal fell through, which meant they had to go to Plan B, Iowa. Like that, it's good that Iowa got the cup date, but it sucks Montreal didn't get it. Because NASCAR badly needs an international date. And just a bunch of fucking logistics issues. And politics, gotta love it. But yeah, honestly though, I feel like Iowa and Montreal should both be on a schedule. Like, honestly, this is why I say that every track on the schedule should have only one date each. To not only build more prestige for that track, and we'll get to that point in a little bit. But not only that, but also, open up more opportunities for other tracks to have a chance to host a cup date. But yeah, it's still good for Iowa to get a cup date. NASCAR Cup Series should have gone to Iowa a long time ago. But at least NASCAR's now unfucking that problem that they originally fucked up in the first place. So yeah, good job NASCAR on that one. I'll give you kudos there. Loudon in June. Interesting choice. But that is dating back to tradition. Because Loudon used to be back at New Hampshire in June back in the day. So good to see Loudon back there. And of course, Indianapolis, the Indy roll course is no more. It is now the Brickyard 400 officially back. Which honestly, I think that's a good move for NASCAR to bring the Brickyard back. Like honestly, the Indy roll course, NASCAR tried, but every year except last year, there was at least some sort of issue. 2021, it was the chicane coming apart. 2022, it was just drivers racing with no fucking respect entering turn 1. And thinking going 7-8 wide in a narrow-ass turn, it was a good idea. And then this year, everyone complained about this race because, oh, no cautions or crashes, no entertainment. Plus, no stage breaks, make race boring. And people bitching and complaining about fucking everything. Yeah, because usually crybabies tend to get rewarded now. But yeah, the Brickyard 400's back, so yeah, that's good to see, and it's in July. In fact, this race is the last race before NASCAR's 2-week break because of the Olympics this year. So yeah, good. That's actually a good choice there for Brickyard for Indianapolis on the schedule. Yeah, that's a good choice to have the return race be, and not only the 30-year anniversary of the Brickyard 400, but it's a good choice to have this race be the kickoff race to the 2-week summer break. So yeah, that's good to see. But yeah, all I say is for everyone that wanted the Brickyard 400 back, y'all better fill the damn seats. And you better, I'm not asking, I know the track sits around over 300,000, potentially 400,000. I think we've seen Indy 500s go to almost 400,000 in attendance. I'm not expecting those kind of numbers. I think at least 100,000. I at least expecting at least 100,000 in attendance. I think that's a reasonable expectation. I think anything under that, and I would question why the fuck we even brought the Brickyard 400 back. I mean, there's a chance the racing could be good with this car because it's made a lot of bad bunch of races at bad tracks good, except Texas. There's nothing saving that track. But I don't know about Indianapolis. 1, because it's a fucking flat track, and 2, it was a track never meant for stock cars. It was mainly meant for IndyCar only. But I don't know, maybe not. Maybe the race will be good, but, still going to be cautiously optimistic there. Other notable changes, Daytona's no longer the regular season finale. It's the second last race of the regular season. And the regular season finale is now the Southern 500 on Labor Day Sunday. So Labor Day Sunday weekend closes the regular season. So yeah, the Southern 500 is now the regular season finale. So I guess all the chaos from Daytona, that was way too much. But what they have planned in the chase, that's a good enough chaos there. But yeah, good to see Darlington beat a Southern 500, so we won't have a gazillion fucking storylines shoved down our throats like we did at Daytona with all the fucking chaos with the stupid-ass winning you're in stipulation. So yeah, that's good to see there. Honestly, I never mind Darlington as a regular season race or a chase race. It's the Southern 500. I didn't mind where it was on the schedule. It was perfect where it was. It's still on the same date. Just got slightly moved out everywhere. So yeah, good to see. And also, the Daytona race is the first Saturday night race of the season. Once again, there's now only 2 Saturday night races, since both Richmond races are Sunday night ones. Which, Richmond in August being a night race, that actually works and makes sense because of how hot it is in the summer. So now you won't have fans potentially nearly dying in the stands from fucking heat stroke. So that's a good positive I'll get behind there. And now we get to the chase. Yes, the chase still fucking exists, because fucking kill me, goddammit. And of course, the first 2 races of the chase are Atlanta and Watkins Glen. Dear fucking God. They really added, now there's 2 super speedways in the chase and 2 road courses. Also, why the fuck is Watkins Glen in the chase? Watkins Glen didn't even need to be a chase race. It was fine where it was in the schedule in August. Honestly, put fucking Michigan in the fucking chase, for Christ's sakes. Honestly, I would have rather have had Michigan in the chase over Watkins Glen. Watkins Glen was fine where it was. But yeah, honestly, now with this, there's really no need to do a chase bracket prediction next year because everyone's bracket's probably now going to be busted in the first round instead of the second round. Because now 4 of the first 6 races consist of 2 crapshoot super speedways and 2 road courses. Because NASCAR wants all the fucking chaos. So yeah, NASCAR's saying, you want the chase gone? Too fucking bad. we're gonna add even more fucking chaos into it. And you're gonna like it. Sometimes I don't get this sport. Also, Kansas is in the round of 12, and the Charlotte Roval is staying on a schedule, which I think is a good call. Even though some fans are saying, but we want Oval back. Why? You already got your weekend with the Coke 600. Now, Charlotte Oval doesn't need 2 oval races. Like, Bob Pockers even said it best himself here. Like, I agree with Bob Pockers 100% on this. There's a lot more prestige with the Coke 600 when it's the only Charlotte Oval race of the season. In fact, even though, and I'll be honest though, yes, the prestige of the Roval has fallen off. But I think having Charlotte have only 1 oval race is the right call. In fact, I'm going to go with one better. I think we should give Charlotte Roval's date to somebody else. Maybe North Wilkesboro or Rockingham or even Chicagoland or Kentucky. I don't know. I would give Kentucky a second chance. With this car. I think it could produce good racing with this car. You know, never hurts until you try. You never know until you actually try it out. But yeah, I think we should give the Roval's date to someone else, and we only go to Charlotte once a year for the 600. I think that would add even more fucking prestige to the track. But yeah, and of course, the rest of the chase remains the same, and the finale is still Phoenix. Bleh. Like, to be honest, everyone's saying the finale should be Homestead. I'm gonna be controversial here and go devil's advocate and go unpopular. I think the season finale should be Nashville Superspeedway. I think it should be Nashville Superspeedway. I mean, it makes sense for a lot of reasons because the banquet is in Nashville, so it makes sense to have the host city of the banquet host the season finale. Either that or rotate the finale to a different track every year. I think either or are good options. Add some versatility to the schedule and some unpredictability. Especially if NASCAR really wants to shove this fucking chase, chaos, and drama down everybody's fucking throats. Because getting rid of the chase makes too much sense, even with the ratings still going down. But everyone this year is either going to blame football for taking NASCAR's viewers away, or they're going to say Chase Elliott effect because Chase Elliott isn't in the chase this year. Pick your poison, I guess. Because NASCAR fans just want to make fucking excuses instead of address the real fucking problems. But to be honest, I think it's poor marketing. NASCAR does not market the fucking 10 chase races. They just treat them like normal races. They don't treat them like races that actually fucking mean something. Like, to be honest, if you're not going to treat them the same, then what's the fucking point of even having the chase then? Like, if you're going to treat them like a normal race, then just get rid of the chase and go back to a season-long points format. But NASCAR won't do that because that makes too much sense. But overall, in the Cup schedule, there are some positives here I like. A bunch of negatives, though. I think it's a bit of a downgrade from the schedule, from this year's schedule. Will 2025 have better changes? Maybe, but I'm slowly starting to have serious doubts about the leadership. I'm starting to have serious doubts about the leadership. And really, I don't know if I'll still watch the Cup Series after 2024. I'll give it one more year, but I might just take my ball and go home if I don't like where the sport's going after 2024. I think I've stuck around long enough. We'll see. Time will tell, though. Now on to the Xfinity schedule. And the Xfinity schedule, there are not as many notable changes as before. Any other notable changes, I already mentioned in the Cup one. So, of course, some Iowa on the Xfinity schedule again. And Iowa is taking Fontana's place on the schedule. So, yeah, Iowa is Fontana's replacement. And, of course, the Indy Road Course is not going to be run on Xfinity. It's going to be run on the Oval configuration. Be perfectly honest, I think Cup Series should only run on the Brickyard. And I think Indy Xfinity should go to IRP with trucks. But, still good there. Bristol is now the regular season finale. Portland's the only standalone race in Xfinity, and there's a 3-week summer break in Xfinity because they won't run the Richmond race. So Xfinity's first race back from the summer break will be Michigan. And of course, wrote a big controversial point. Road America is not on the Xfinity schedule, so Road America will not be part of NASCAR this year. That's a huge blow. That fucking sucks. Xfinity was fucking good at Road America. Like, within 2 years, Road America went from losing NASCAR altogether. Not only just Cup now, but now Xfinity. It's like... And so, yeah, when Xfinity getting booted off, leaving Road America, it means that NASCAR looked at Road America gain over 100,000 fans in attendance for each race, and aside over 100,000 fans attending, that's not good enough for NASCAR anymore. But somehow 20,000, less than 20,000 fans showing up for Texas somehow is good enough for NASCAR. Or even 30,000 showing up for the Brickyard, or hell, even fucking 30, or hell, even 25, 30,000, maybe 60,000 at Bristol showing up. That's somehow good enough for NASCAR. But over 100,000 at Road America isn't? Like, I understand that it wasn't a fucking great ratings draw, but that race had great attendance issues. You can't fucking ignore that. So yeah, Wisconsin gets fucked over once again by NASCAR. And taking Road America's place on the schedule, which will be a chase race now, is... You gotta be kidding me. You added a second Talladega race back to the schedule for Xfinity? Are you fucking kidding me? Talladega was fine at one Xfinity date. Why the fuck did it need two? God, this stupidity. I'm losing more fucking brain cells by the minute trying to comprehend NASCAR stupidity with this. Just good fucking lord. NASCAR is so fucking dumb. Like, Talladega, I think there's a lot more prestige going to Talladega only once a year. Like, this is a terrible call. You replace Road America with Shit Show Central. Great job, NASCAR, you fucking morons. But yeah, overall, though, Xfinity, honestly, it's kind of the same as last year. Like, the only real positives are Iowa back on the schedule and the Indy Oval, and that's about it. But yeah, Talladega replacing Road America, that's a terrible fucking track choice. Fuck out of here with that. And now, finally, we get to the Truck Series schedule. So here are all the notes for the Truck Series schedule. So there is no more dirt races for Truck Series. The dirt races are no more. So no more Bristol Dirt. It will be on Bristol Concrete instead. They'll do 2 Bristol Dirt races now this year. IRP is no longer, Lucas Oil is no longer in the chase. It's now moved to the second last race of the regular season. There's only one road course race this year, and that's COTA. And IRP and Milwaukee Mile, there are the only 2 standalone races this year. And the big one, and the last notable change on the schedule, Mid-Ohio has been booted off the schedule, so it's been kicked off for NASCAR. Uh-oh, Mid-Ohio got booed. Nobody tell fucking Dashy. Dashy gonna be fucking pissed when he finds out that NASCAR fucked his state over. Oh, NASCAR's gonna get it from Dashy, 100%. Let me just go grab my beer and popcorn and just watch this unravel. All I say, Dashy, is go get him. Go get him, Tiger. And replacing Mid-Ohio is Martinsville. At least it's not another Dega race. But really, another Martinsville race? Honestly, Martinsville should have had one day. Like I said, every track on the schedule should have only one date each. And open up opportunities to the other tracks to host a date. But yeah, I mean, it's not the worst replacement in the world. I mean, it could be worse. I mean, it could have been Talladega replacing Road America bad, but I mean, Martinsville replacing Mid-Ohio. I mean, if Mid-Ohio had to get booted off, I mean, that's a solid one I can get behind. I can get behind that better than Talladega replacing Road America. But honestly, I like Martinsville better when it was just one date. And honestly, I don't know why the fuck he booted Mid-Ohio off. Like, why did you boot Mid-Ohio off? The track wasn't the problem. Once again, fucking NASCAR and their inconsistency. But good lord. But yeah, and of course, that's the only schedules that came out. There weren't that many ARCA dates. Like, ARCA didn't announce any of their fucking companion dates yet for ARCA, our main ARCA, ARCA East, and ARCA West. But I imagine the companion dates are going to be similar to what we had this year. Just the only difference is now we add Iowa to the list as well. And Iowa's a conjoint race between ARCA and ARCA East. And of course, the modifieds will probably be the same three races as this year, which was Spring Richmond, Fall Martinsville, and New Hampshire. But to be honest, modified should be part of the All-Star Weekend at North Wilkesboro with Cup and trucks. Like, honestly, modified should be part of that weekend and make that 4 companion races. But hey, beggars can't be choosers at this point. At least modifieds is going now. Well, still going to North Wilkesboro for the moment, unless they decide to be dumbasses. And of course, North Wilkesboro is finally getting repaved too. So hopefully the racing's better this year. I mean, can't be any worse, right? But yeah, that's the schedule here. So Cup, Xfinity, and Trucks. Also, I should mention Xfinity Trucks. The chase still fucking exists in those 2 series. Because fuck my goddamn life. But yeah. With the way the leadership's going, this might be my last. 2024 could possibly be my last year watching Cup, Xfinity, and Trucks. Like, if it comes to that, I'll just go and watch ARCA full time along with Penny's Modifieds and IndyCar. I'll go to actual fucking racing series that actually fucking mean something. Alright, maybe Modifieds was... Alright, maybe ARCA wasn't the best example for that point. But the other 3 series I mentioned are pretty good examples too. But yeah, good God. Maybe someday NASCAR will get their heads out of their asses. Will they though? Maybe, but I have my fucking doubts. But yeah, the schedules are out. It's kind of a downgrade from last year. Sometimes I just don't get NASCAR and their leadership, and there's just what goes on in their fucking heads. But one thing that is confirmed, Brian France was definitely not the problem with NASCAR, but he probably wasn't the solution at the same time. Because getting rid of Brian France has done nothing to fix the problems with the sport. Can't believe I actually said that, but fuck it if the shoe fits, I guess.